welcome back. This is Ravens Willis. Today I want to describe my meeting a stranger for the very first time. So, a lot of my personal media, stuff like that, I only have friends and family, and sometimes they're friends of friends. Like, I don't really know them that much, but know them because they're friends of friends, but talk to them maybe a little bit on the media, social media sites or whatever. But like I said, I don't really know them that much. So what happened a couple days ago? I was feeling I had a bad day, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna go see Godzilla. So I'm like gonna see it by myself. But I have social anxiety and I have anxiety in general. So I'm like, I really don't want to go by myself. I've done this before. I know I can do this. So I'm like, out of curiosity, I was like, whatever. So I posted, I'm like, I'm going to go see Godzilla. Does anyone want to go see it with me? We're gonna see it like in an hour or so. So I'm like, no one's gonna freaking comment on it. Or 10 minutes go by, someone commented on it. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, all right. So I look at it. And I'm like, oh, it's someone I know, obviously, because from my personal page. But I'm like, never hung out with him before. I known him for like a year or two. Maybe talked to him online, but I never hung out with him. He's like, hey, you want to go? Blah, blah, blah. How much does it cost? Is there beer? Blah, blah, blah. This particular theater, unfortunately, didn't serve beer. So, anyways, so I show up in the theater and he's like, okay, so it's like, are you still going? I'm like, yeah, I'm here. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I just pulled up. I'm like, okay. And I start getting really nervous, I'm like, I know what he looks like, but I never met him before. So I'm like, oh, how's this gonna go in person? So, he shows up in the food court, and I was talking to another friend who actually works at this food court place over there. Anyways, and I'm like, oh, I'm waiting for someone. He's like, oh, bro, the person's gonna murder you. I'm like, no, don't say that. I'm like, don't say that shit. I'm like, stop. We need to play Apex later. I'm like, don't say that shit. I'm like, why would you say that? He was just joking around, but he's like, it's very dark humor. So I met him and I shook hands. He's like, oh, glad to finally meet you. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm like, right on. We talked a little bit about before going in, we didn't really talk about we talked a little bit of stuff outside of what we do on social media and stuff, and because they know a little bit about stuff and we had stuff in common and stuff, and so we go there and get our snacks and stuff, our ticket stuff. We pay for separate, obviously, because I don't know, because I would pay for a really close friend, and I didn't have the money to pay for both of us anyways. But so we get to in the theater and we see the trailers. We start talking about, oh, that looks like a good movie. I want to watch that movie. Blah blah. And here us talking about each movie and stuff. It's cool because I had someone to sit with, and before that I found like he has social anxiety too, and his anxiety is really bad too, but he smokes pot, and I'm like, I can't smoke pot, and he offered to smoke pot before we were in the theater. He's like, hey, do you want to? Because it calms me down. He's like, he needs it though because he has his own issues. I'm like, no, I can't do that. It'll freak me out. He's like, oh, I understand it. That's cool. He's really respectful about that too. And we made it through the movie. It was like a 2.5 hour movie, and afterwards, we walked to the mall, and on the way out, and we started talking about other stuff, and he's just like, I have these issues, and he's like, I just recently broke up with my fiance. She has really bad problems, and I'm like, yeah, I'm having issues right now going on in my life. And he's like, I have workout buddies, and he's like, I wouldn't tell people these personal things. And I'm like, oh, it's cool. So he trusts me to tell me things, personal stuff about his life. I'm like, okay, I can open up more to him. And in fact, we have common friends. We have two common friends but we never met each other. So I was like, okay, that's cool. It could work out. That's why I had him in the first place, a couple years ago. And so we're talking about, he's like, I guess you consider this like a man day. It wasn't because dudes have their own thing. It's not in any way it's still hetero. They like to have their own types, have girls have their girl days, whatever, or this is a bro day type thing. And I'm like, yeah, I guess you consider it a man day, whatever. And so we were laughing about it, and then it was like, all right, it was like, if next time I have enough time, I'm like, maybe we'll go to like a brewery or something after the movie and go to a movie theater and have a beer and hang out and chill and just shoot the breeze because you can't talk very much because of the movie. That was really cool. And it was a fairly good, unique experience because it helped me with my social anxiety. Even with the friends I have issues with sometimes going to places because I'm afraid the general public and how it's going to how I'm going to react and stuff. And it was especially difficult with someone basically brand new, which I only know from their profile picture, and I've only talked to him a few times. So it was very nerve wracking. But afterwards, I felt really good about myself. The shitty day was over. I had a good time, and I'm like, okay, we can hang out again, so it's fine. But that was my experience of meeting someone for the first time that I have known for like 2 years and hanging out with them. So this is Raven Blows. Thank you for watching and subscribing. And I will put up an update on Sunday, update on Monday or Sunday for the weekly update. So there's that. All right, bye.